your instructions with regards to deadlines. Okay, so your activity deadlines are the reason why I did not um, restrict due dates. It's because supposedly we started our class third week of October, but since the university opted to have a term break, a 1 week term break, reason why we changed the calendar year. So I am uncertain with regards to the dates of our exam because there is no official memo yet with regards to our new set of calendar of activities. Because if we follow the old one, then this Friday would be our exam. But of course, since the first exam coverage has a 3 weeks schedule, so we are still waiting whether it would be next week or maybe there will be a memo today or tomorrow that the exam will still hold this Friday. Okay, but anyway, with that, um, I cannot put due date yet for your activities, but um, the ultimate deadline or the last deadline of your activities from activity one, activity two, and activity three, along with the um, academic prompt would be next week Friday. Okay, so that is next week Friday. Hold on, let me get the date. That is November 13. So your first exam or first activity, no, the first exam coverage deadlines for all activities would be November 13. So can you please observe that November 14, 11 p.m. in the evening. So please do submit all your activities. Okay. Now, also, with regards to the additional what they call this inputs. If you have noticed on our ULO one, the first exam coverage, it has a bullet type which is in red font. So these are additional materials for you to read along with your first module. Okay. So your module one, along with those two bulleted red font in ULU one first exam coverage would be your materials for first exam coverage, and that is the coverage of our first exam as well next week. Because tentatively, our first exam schedule would be on November 13 on my um, on my on my understanding and my assumption. Okay, but still we will wait for the official memo of the university because until now we still don't have any memo. Okay, so that is for the deadline. So, and also, whether if you have noticed in your Blackboard, in your LMS, we have a synchronous chat session. So initially, our collaboration should always be every Thursday of the week, but I opted to change it every Wednesday instead because Thursday are allotted for chat session. Kasi duty ko kasi sa school every Thursday and Friday, and then kung sa faculty ako, medyo maingay kami. So I cannot focus. So I opted to move it every Wednesday, same time, okay, as our class schedule. And then every Thursday would be our live session. So I will make sure to be available every Thursday, 8 to 9 in the morning. If you do have any questions with your module, or do you have any clarifications, or even you have queries, you can chat it there, and then even your classmate can reply. So it's just like a messenger app. So no need to include me on your messenger GC. So you can just actually chat me every Thursday 8 to 9 in the morning. Okay, so the live session will only be available every week Thursday 8 to 9 in the morning. So beyond that, you can no longer access the live chat. Okay, or maybe you can access the live chat, however I cannot interact because I am only available by 8 to 9 in the morning. Okay, so that is our schedule of collaboration. Now, you might be wondering, sir, what is the live, I mean, the synchronous class every Wednesday? So every Wednesday would be your oral recitation. So again, um, we have 2 weeks coverage every exam except for the first exam. Reason why I did not make a collaboration last week, because the first exam coverage is 3 weeks. So the first week would be an adjustment. It's time for you to read all your modules. So supposedly this is our second meeting, which is a what they call this oral recitation, but I opted to move it next week. Okay, so next week Wednesday would be our first oral recitation for the first exam coverage. Okay, so again, the questions are all in your module, but do not expect to ask question, which is the same construction with the module. The way I ask question is the analysis on how you understand each topic in the module per coverage, for exam coverage. Okay, so what are other clarification aside from the due date or deadline with your activities?
Sir, I have a question po.
Yes po. Yes.
Regarding sa activity 1, sir, may, sa baba nun, may nakalagay na academic prompt. Is that part of the activity 1 po?
No, no. Academic prompt 1 is separate from activity 1. Academic prompt is just a separate question where you can reply. You can reply in a post. So activity one, yeah, activity one, which is assignment submission, activity 2 and 3 respectively, is the activity found in your module. The academic prompt is additional questions aside from those assignments posted.
But we are still required to answer the question, sir.
Yes, individually, because at the end of the class, I will still going to record your replies on the academic prompt.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, no problem. What else? Any other clarifications from the class? Okay, now you might be wondering with the module. The module is actually not authored by me. I mean, I am the co-author, but the one who made your module is Sir Ryan Tagalan and Ma'am Noreen, no Natividad. So I just adopted because that is under their program. Okay, so I just adapted their module. Reason why 3 of us were the author of the module. You might be wondering. Okay, so what else? Now, I would like to say my apology, class. Sometimes if you message me through LMS or when you message me through email, I am unable to reply. If I cannot reply with your messages, that means I don't have time to read all your messages or your questions individually because of the bulk messages for 7 sections. Kasi we all have 7 sections now. So imagine all of the students who are going to email us every day, almost every day, aside from the private message. So what I am trying to say is that if you do have any concerns, it might be the same concerns with your classmate. So might as well raise it during this time, or um, raise it in our chat, synchronous chat session. So at least all your classmates can read, because it might be they have the same concerns. At least isahan na lang yung pag-instruct ko. Okay, so I won't be repeating myself when give instructions or clarifications or queries. Now, if you do have any personal concerns, I don't think there is a personal concerns with regards to education, with regards to our instructions, because your personal concerns could be a concern as well with your classmates. So aside from, let's just say, aside from, sir, wala ko naka-exam, sir, kay sad kaayo ko, sir, or na ako'y problema, then that is beyond my concern, because I wanted to, even if we do this online craft and then we have a leniency of everything, still I do practice fairness to everyone. No, whatever due to you should be due to everyone else as well. So if you do have those types of concerns, please contact our guidance counselor. Okay, kung mga problema na sa family, problema sa inyong mga uyab, mo nang wala mo nakasubmit of requirements and so on and so forth, where your schools or your academic performances are affected, then go to guidance because guidance will notify us. That's the right process because if you go directly to me and then I would understand that, then that could be a reason for the rest of your classmates to do the same thing. Okay, so I just want to make it fair. Even if online tayo, so, sir, wala ako naka-first exam, so bahala ka. So this is our reminders as well. Some of the students will, as practiced by many, na dili sa mag-exam karon, dili sa mag-exam sa ikaduha, maghulat na mahuman ang exam, and then, i-reason din, sir, wala mi internet, sir, mao nang dili ko maka-exam, sir. And then, sir, wala na ako na-submit ang exam, sir, kinahutdan kog time, so, pwede ba mi magpa-special exam? That is very, very common, and I think even you guys experience that. And unfortunately, I won't allow it because the exam are scheduled already. So therefore, during the exam, you need to have a backup. If you know that your internet is low, so that dapat nagpa-load na mo for data. If you know that your data is low and your internet connection is low on your area, then might as well at least that particular day you move to your relatives or to any other places which is not public. Okay, do not take for granted or do not forsake your health. Okay, look for any area where you're like your relatives, 'di ba, your or mga relatives niyo lang, wag sa mga public places which has a better internet connection. And since you enroll in online class, so you've already accepted the constraint that you need a stable, at least a stable internet connection. So might as well find that in that particular day. Okay, so hindi ko naman hinihingi na every day. In that particular day lang, during exam. So question, sir, what if, sir, during our time na magding-ani ta, sir, wala mi hinay among connection kay kailangan pa na mo muadto sa mong relative. That's fine. It is not necessarily that you are always present in our synchronous class, even in our live chat session. That's fine with me because I am not checking any attendance. Okay. However, every exam you need to take. So, sir, what is the consequence if we cannot take the exams? So, for example, you don't have first exam, you don't have second exam, or third exam, or even final exam. Any of these four exams, you are absent. Kahit isa lang. So normally, your grade would be 7.2 because you have a lacking exam. So what we're going to do is that not immediately na pag mag-release ang grado, mangayo dayon mo special exam. So I will not do that because remember, you have 1 year to comply. So therefore, completion of 7.2 would based on my availability. Kung kailan ko dili busy. It's because I have plenty of advices for research as well. So I have 7 classes to be checked in. So until such time na dili ko busy, then that's the time I will going to reach out to give special exams. Clear? So dili kay siging-sigingon dayon kaninyo nga, sir, kailangan na ako mag-special exam kay di mi ka-enroll next sem. Di problema na ninyo nga wa mo nang take og exam or wala mo nang submit og mga final requirements or any requirements that needs to be submitted in order for you not to get the 7.2. Clear? Clear tayo dito ha. So leniency natin when it comes to online class is no attendance. And then deadlines are also set. So you have all the time to budget your time to do your activities. Okay? So again, you might be asking, sir, murag daghan magud kaayo sir kay tanan subject nagdungan og deadline. Normally, all subjects dungan jud na og deadline. So dili man siguro gihatag ang activity the day before the deadline mo nang magkabuang mo himo. Gihatag man siguro ang activity on the first day of the class. So therefore, you already knew that that is the deadline before the exam should be the deadline of every coverage activity submission. Then therefore, gi-budget na ninyo ang time. In 2 weeks time, upat ra gud mo ka subject. So in 2 weeks time, mo anak ka, every Monday, subject 1. So every Monday for 2 weeks, subject 1 inyong buhaton. Doon yung tanan activity anang subject 1. Then Tuesday, subject 2. Wednesday, subject 3. Thursday, subject 4. Pagka Friday, first Friday of the week of the coverage exam, siesta. Pagka second week, submit all. Kasi submission na yung Friday. Or the moment na matapos mo on the activity, whether it is a deadline or not yet, submit it immediately. Kasi baka pagka Friday during submission, tsaka magloko inyong internet, at least you were able to submit all your requirements and beforehand. So do not, please eliminate or avoid the meeting the deadline habits. Okay lang na siya sa face-to-face class. Why? It's because pwede rin ninyo ibilin sa STA ang inyong mga requirements or submissions. So madawat na mo siya on that day. However, on the online class, the moment the system will lock, you can no longer submit your paper. Reason why wala dyan mo submissions. Clear? So again, the reason why I recorded this, so that pag naay manghangyo nga, sir, hinay magud among internet, sir, ana-ana, ako ning iparipit og paminaw sa inyo nga recording. So at least wala ko nagkulang og remind sa inyo ha. Anyway, dili naman ta mga bata class, kay edad lang tagnaw. Naong lang ta mag-base ha, dili ta sa edad. Kasi maturity doesn't comes from your age. Okay, it comes from experience and attitude. And when talk about attitude, there is no measurable numbers of how old you are or your face value. Okay, so beyond that, it's our level of cognitive ability when it comes to attitude and maturity. So therefore, regardless of your age, so you need to be mindful. Since college na ta, this is not high school and elementary where most of the time or every now and then you are reminded to submit, because that is primary and secondary. Tertiary education is skill building and honing. So therefore, you've already have this what they call this common sense. Okay? So what else? Any other questions? Kasi yun yung mga problema on first term. Napakarami, and tendency kasi sa akin, I will not entertain personal messages. No, kanang mga direct PM na mag-chat sa GC, sir, na ako gi-PM sa imuha, sir. Apology, but I will never have time to look on your individual messages. So what's the purpose of our GC if you are unable to raise your concerns? And therefore, your concern is too personal, which is unfair to everybody. And I will not allow that. Okay? What else? Any other questions?
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Regard
Good morning, Chris.
with regards to activity 1, sir, which should we follow, sir? The activity 1 in the module or the activity based on the attached document, sir?
What do you mean attached document? Now, on your coverage, first exam coverage, there is no document attached aside from your module and the hyperlink for additional materials, which is the approaches to corporate governance and CSR. So yes, the assignment, a submission, which is activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3 are the same activity found in your module, because in your module, it was classified on activity 1, activity 2, and activity 3. Tama? So sa module ito siya. Hindi kasali itong dalawang naka-hyperlink na nasa first exam coverage and the academic prompt, not included. This is plainly on your module. Okay? And you need to convert that into PDF. And please, the safe assign parameters are up. So you need to be mindful on copy paste. Okay? Do not copy paste the question. Do not copy paste anything, because once your similarity index is above 30, then I will not honor your submission. Clear? So, basin sir, na mali ko sir, gi-copy man gud nako ang question. So again, nag-instruct nako. So, dili ikopya ang question, diretso answer. Okay? So, all right. So, any other clarifications?
Last question, sir. Sorry, sir. Kaya na-late mo ko, sir.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
If ever, sir, di ba naka, sir, na November 13 is our first examination, pero magdepende pa siya sa
Memo,
memo.
yes.
What if, sir, kung na-move siya to Monday, sir, as is gihapon ang deadline sa to ang activities 1, 2, and 3, sir, which is November 13?
What do you mean? Nara ba yung memo na i-move siya this Monday?
Ay, wala pa, sir, pero if ever lang, sir, ba ma-move po ba ang submission of activities, sir, dili siya, sir? As is gihapon siya nga Friday.
Um, Tama, no? So, anyway, sige. I will make it for the first exam since we don't have due date, no? And anyway, this was already been posted 2 weeks ago. So, I presume na humana mo gihimo. So, what if mo kalit nga, okay, mag-exam dayon ta sa Monday or karong Friday? 2 days after the scheduled exam, if it is not on November 13, that would be your due date. Okay, so for example, sir, what if di Monday ang exam, sir? So Monday dayon pud ang deadline, sir. The deadline would be on Wednesday. So if the exam would be this Friday, then the deadline of your submission would be on Sunday. Clear? But if the
Yes.
exam is on 13, then the deadline would be on 13. Kasi that is the ultimatum of my deadline for the first exam coverage. But if the exam are moved earlier, then 2 days after the scheduled exam would be your deadline. So depende kung kailan ang exam. Kung may sila Tuesday, then ang inyong deadline would be on Thursday. Clear? So you have 2 days if the exam falls before November 13. But if on November 13, then the deadline will still be on November 13. So sir, question, what if November 12 ang deadline? I mean, November 12 ang exam o di ang deadline ninyo is November 13 gihapon. Clear?
Noted, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, no problem. All right. Now, before I proceed, before we accommodate another clarifications from you guys, submissions from Tersona. Is Tersona here? Tersona?
She's not around, sir.
She's not around. Okay, anyway. So, sige. Maybe you do have a group chat, no? So please inform Tarsona that I have returned her submission on the first activity because it has 92% similarity index. So again, this is another leniency where I can give to all of you where if you submitted before the deadline and then let's just say, kung ang deadline sa 13, nag-submit mo sa 12, nag-submit mo sa 11, or basta before the date of 13, and then your similarity index beyond 30%, or na mali mong attach, then that's the time I can grant you a resubmission attempt. Clear? So sir, na mali kog attach jud sir kay mao ba na inyong common reason na mali mog attach, na mali mog click sa file nga inyong gi-attach. So wa na review diretso submit. Okay? Anyway, naman na siya confirmation kung i-submit ba or dili. So you can just actually double check. But anyway, let's just say you submitted already the wrong file. So when you submit the wrong file and you submitted it before the deadline, then I can grant you a extension. But do not wait na ako pa ang makabantay. So you need to double check, hala, mali akong nasubmit. So message me immediately during our collaboration or in our live chat session so I can immediately grant you an attempt. So, sir, question, what if on the deadline mi naghatag, let's just say, sa November 13, nag-submit me, let's just supposedly that is our first exam deadline. So, on November 13, sir, nag-submit me, pero namali mi og submit, and then among similarity index 90% or 100%. Tagaan pa ba ni mong chance or no? There is no chance because you submitted that during the deadline. So meaning there is no chance for you to redo it. The reason why I am lenient for those who submitted before the deadline, because supposedly, if you submitted that on the face-to-face manner, let's just say, ugma ang deadline, karon ka nag-submit, I can see it immediately. And if I can see if it is wrong, I can return it to you immediately. So para makasubmit pa kapag kaugma sa deadline, kasi dili pa man siya deadline. So that is the leniency that I can give to all when it comes to submission. So I think that is overly fair to everyone. Dili siya unfair. Clear? So sir, question, deadline na karon 13, pero gitagaan lagi nimo siya og extension pagka Monday pa. That's fine as long as your submission is not on the day of 13 because I will base the submission. Bahalag wala na ako siya napansin na nako siya pagka Monday na or pagka next week na or after 2 weeks na, tsaka nako siya napansin. That's fine as long as the date of your attempt does not fall on the day of the deadline. Then I can give you extension. Clear tayo? Okay? All right, no worries. Now, Tarzona, could you please inform Tarzona sa GC na I returned her activity 1 because it reaches 92% similarity index. So, kailangan lang yan mag-redo and then isubmit. Plainly answer, do not copy-paste. Do not copy paste the question, do not copy paste your answer, just plainly direct to the point, answer directly. If it is a multiple choice, answer the letters correctly, do not copy the words anymore. If it is a matching type, answer the letter directly. Do not copy the description of the letters. Kasi mas similarity index na siya. Okay, ma-appeal siya. So, do not include that. So, sir, question, bisan pag copy paste na mo, sir, kung tamo among answer, dili na lang juday nimo basahon, sir. Again, first screening of the submission would be similarity index. I will not read your work if it is beyond 30% similarity index because nag-instruct na ko na do not copy paste. So if you copy paste NFI, not following instruction, that is considered 0. Okay? So, ang ako lang basahon katong mga wala ni abot og 30% ang similarity index. Wala ni lampas rather. Wala ni lampas og 30%. Anyway, before you submit that, you have a similarity index report. So, meron kayong report, so alam nyo na kaagad kung ilan yung similarity index ninyo. So, alam nyo na kaagad na, ay, dili ni basahon ni sir. So, dapat mag-resubmit mo. So, muna siya ang reason nga nung gusto ko mag-submit mo before the deadline so that you would know your similarity index report, especially on the activities where it is a case analysis. Kasi dira jud madugo ang inyong mga plagiarism sa case analysis. Kasi mag-google lang mo, ipang-copy-paste sa ninyo tanan, bahalag wa nagkasinabot ang inyong idea, basta kay makasubmit mo, mauna na inyo ha. Okay, and then bright ang ato ang system na ay similarity index, so kanya niya basahon any sources in the internet, in the world. So dili jud siya makalusot. Okay? So I guess that's all my requirements and what do you call this? Instructions for this class. Any other clarifications?
Sir, clarification po.
Yes, go ahead.
With regards to the question of Chris earlier, clarify ko lang po, yung i-answer namin na activity is within the module and then not the activity na uploaded separately, which is the paper critic for activity 1, sir?
What do you mean paper critic for activity 1? Hold on ha. Let me double check. Sandali. Kasi every class kasi iba-iba kasi ng activity ko. So baka na interchange ko kayo sa kabilang class na the same code. Okay. Hold on. Activity 1, let me open it. Oh, merong case pala. Okay, activity 1 on the case below provided a paper critic about corporate governments adhere to CSR and how CSR transform the corporate decision making. Okay, now for this activity 1, you follow this case kasi in-upload ko na case. Okay, apology kasi sa kabila pala yun. After this case, the last page would be your activity 1 as well in the module. Kasi meron kayong activity 1 in the module, correct?
Yes po.
Oo. So dalawa. After this case, attach nyo yung answer ninyo sa activity 1 found in your module.
Oh,
Okay? And then, for activity 2, hold on, kasi medyo loading yung system natin. Your activity 2 is actually case analysis on your module, if I am not mistaken, correct? So, upload niyo yung activity 2 ninyo as is in the module. Then, yung activity 3 ninyo is, this is in a nutshell in your module. So, upload it here as well as your activity 3. So, ganito na lang gawin natin for the general instructions. Now, if I will post activity 1, for example, activity 1, and then you found activity 1 as well in your module, but when you open your assignment submission on activity 1, there is a corresponding case na included, na embedded doon sa activity 1. So, meaning, your activity 1 is dalawa. First is yung case na in-upload the moment you open on the activity link, and then the second one attachment could be is the activity 1 found in your module as well. Okay? But rest assured,
regard.
this is only for the first exam. For
Sorry.
the second, third, and fourth exam, wala nang duplication of activities. So, the reason why I did this on your first exam, kasi 3 weeks kasi yung first exam natin. So, medyo mahaba siya. Reason why I added additional activity for activity 1, aside from the module. Pero sa 2, 3, and 4, wala na. Plainly, module lahat ng activities natin. Okay, if I may add
Regarding
something,
the
I
deadline,
will,
sir.
if I may add, I will inform you ahead of time that I have uploaded a case where you need to supplement, and the submission is on a separate link. Yes, go ahead. Yes, April, go
The
ahead.
deadline na nakalagay September 8, sir. It will not affect our ano sir no? Like submission.
For activity 1, yeah, supposedly, it will not affect your submission kasi yung September 8 kasi I was thinking na hindi i-move yung first exam because supposedly this is our first exam. This Friday are supposedly our first exam. Kaya nakalagay na siya na September 8. But don't worry, I will edit this to 13 as our maximum. So that no, set nga no September man, dapat October ni siya. Anyway, so November 13. So I've changed it already to November 13. You can just refresh it na lang. So there. So September 13 na siya ang deadline. So I reopened it. Ano September to? Okay, anyway. Yeah, thank you for reminding me kasi sa kadaghan, Diyos ko, malibat na si Sir. Okay, so
Thank you,
what
sir.
else?
That's it for me, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so wala na. So, na-late ko ganina og 30 minutes mo nang gikaon ako ang next class ng 30 minutes na. Well, anyway, vacant man ako ang 9 to 10. Next class na ako 10 pa. So, that's fine. So, we do still have 7 minutes left. So, any other clarifications from the class? No need to worry for those who weren't unable to attend today's session. This is recorded. Then right after this meeting, the recording will be sent to my email. I will upload it on your LMS. So you can instruct your classmate that wait for the recording to be uploaded and let them listen to the recordings. And they can listen this recording maybe later this afternoon or evening so that if they do have additional concerns, they can do that tomorrow on our synchronous live chat session. If they do have additional queries for the requirements and for this class. Okay? So, wala na. So wala na kayong question. So I guess that's it. So let's call it a day. So masyadong ano no, masyadong maaga yung klase natin, and I am not really a morning person to tell you honestly. So dili jud ko morning person. So what I am trying to say is that this is an indirect this is an indirect consortium to you guys, whether you want to move the schedule of our class to an afternoon session. It's up to you. So please, I am available. Hold on. I will tell you my available time. So I have 2:30 to 3:30, 3:30. No, 6 to 6:30. If uh, I have 2:30 to 3:30, 4, 5 to 5 to 6:30. I am available every day around 12 to 2:30 in the afternoon. So 12 to 2:30 in the afternoon, I am available. So if all of you are available on that time, or majority is available on that time, maybe we can move 1 hour, 2 to 1, 12:30 to 1:30, or 1:30 to 2:30. It's up to you. So please do initiate to create a poll in your group chat kung ano yung mananalo. Let's move our synchronous class, and then for questions like, sir, how about yung iba na mag-conflict kasi conflict sa ibang sections and so on and so forth. So I don't want to get their time as well, no, even if it is not their synchronous class, even if na mag-ano lang mo, even if na mag-collaborate lang mo, because that's your time to do their requirements. So I don't want to get that. So for those who are willing only, so for those na i-move natin to 12 to 2:30, any of that time, kamo na bahala. 3 options: 12 to 1, 12:30 to 1:30, 1:30 to 2:30. It's up to you kung ano yung mananalo. Anyway, kung ano yung discussions natin on that time are recorded, all are recorded, and then yung mga hindi makakasali will just listen to the recordings afterwards on their most convenient time. Okay, yun na lang yung gagawin natin. Kasi right now, actually, nag-class ako, nakahiga ako. The reason why I offed my camera because I haven't taken my bath yet. And at the same time, wala pa ako naka-groom, wala pa ako naka-blower, and so on. So, basin i-bash ninyo si sir, nga pangit og naong si sir. Okay? So, reason why, boses lang takaron. Okay? So, if later afternoon siya, so maka-groom na si sir, so gwapo-gwapo na si sir, so mag-on ako camera. Okay, so karon lang ka dili jud ko morning person, like pag mata nako like exactly 8:01. So pag open pa jud nako, di pa jud ko ka-open sa ato ang system kasi naga maintenance error siya or naga 504 error siya, web page error. So it took me a while before I was able to open. So I raised it to our IT pa nga nung dili ko kasulod. And then ngayon na-up na siya, so okay na. Okay, so please do the initiative to create a poll on your group chat for the most convenient time between 12 to 2:30, basta 1 hour lang to, you know, to move our class na 8 to 9. However, every exam hindi siya ma-move. So kung ano yung class schedule natin, dun talaga yung exam natin. 8 to 9 in the morning talaga yung exam natin. Yung ma-move lang natin is yung collaborate session natin. Kasi yung exam naman anyway, once a week lang naman, and I don't need to wake up early for the exam kasi the night before the exam or days before the exam, nakaset na yung exam. Hindi nyo lang ma-access because I restricted the time for the exam. So actually, even now, your exams are already ready. So isi-show ko na lang siya kung available na siya. Okay, so yun. So, ganun lang. Okay, so please do the initiative kung ano yung mananalo na time. Okay? Majority wins tayo. So no need to worry again, walang attendance na mag-attend ng collaborate class. Okay? Anyway, all sessions are recorded and even the chat that we will going to do tomorrow are also recorded. I disabled the deletion of the previous chat, so meaning it will never be deleted. So you can review the chat history. Okay? So kung ano yung mga na-miss niyo, so para kayong mag-back read, you can do that. So para for your most convenient time, baka yung iba sa inyo nagwo-work, so at least yung time nila is evening lang. So at least they do have time to scan or to read all our chats and messages and even listen to our discussions every time that we have synchronous class. Okay, so that's it for my instructions. So if you do have any other further clarifications, you can raise that one tomorrow on our live chat session. Okay, so have a great day, everyone, and please stay at home. Okay, sorry, nag-burp ko. Stay at home, dili magsiglaag-laag kay rank 1 na ang Davao Permi. Okay, so keep safe, everyone, and have a great day ahead. Goodbye.
Bye, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Sige.
Bye.